Okay, awesome. Hi, Sarah. Okay, welcome. I just said hi, Sarah, not Siri. Oh, geez. Okay. Hi, and thank you guys for coming to our Coach Info webinar / call. Sorry, this was super last minute. We've honestly, actually, Sarah and I talked about it at the beginning of the week, I think it was. But then life happened and it's been an insane week. And so we just told everyone last minute, figured if you can jump on, great. And if not, we're going to have the recording and we're going to do this again. But we've had a big influx of new coaches throughout our organization. And I wanted to make sure that everyone had an opportunity to make sure that they have the best tools to get started. And I also know that throughout our team, we have several people who have thought about coaching and been really hesitant because they don't really understand it, they don't get it, and they have a lot of questions. And so I wanted to open it up to you guys to ask you can ask me anything. I'm going to first go through some basics about what we do and some of the most common questions that I get asked. And then at the end, we'll open up for questions and have a fun chat time. So let me move this over. When I was putting this together earlier, like an hour ago, I found this quote and actually really loved it. Never underestimate the power of dreams and the influence of the human spirit. We are all the same in this notion. The potential for greatness lives within each of us. And honestly, that's something for me that this whole thing has taught me is I never really was intentional about making dreams. I've always been a go-getter and I'll do anything that's in front of me, but I never really had a plan as to where do I want to be, 5 years from now. If I could have anything, what would that be? And that's been my favorite part about coaching is asking that question. So anyways, I just love that quote and I wanted to start us off with that. Now let's see if there we go. Okay, so this is what we're going to talk about real quick, why we're here. I'm going to share briefly why I'm here, why I started and why I'm here now 3 years later, very different. I'm going to share how we're different as a company and how we're different as a team, what we do as coaches, how we actually help people, briefly talk about how we earn money, and then at the end, we're going to talk about dreaming big. Exactly what that quote said. And I want to give you the space to do that because it's actually a really fun exercise. And then your first actions to take as coaches. So why I'm here, these little guys in the background. I honestly started this right after I had, those of you who are on the call know this, but as soon as right after I had my first son, I had horrific back pain. And honestly, I just wanted to lose baby weight. And I was kind of at I would say a semi-desperate place, which is weird for me because what is 2019? For at least 10 plus years, I've been a health nut. I know a lot about nutrition, a lot about holistic medicine and health and all these different areas. But after I had a baby, I was just like in that funk and in that place of, I was just told I had a degenerative disc in my back and I was only 29 and I wasn't okay with that. And I didn't know what to do. I needed someone to coach me, even though I was a coach, I knew a lot about this. And, I saw my coach's Facebook picture of her before and after results of a program that she did. She's a total stranger to me. I had never met her before. We had zero friends in common. She's on the East Coast in Boston, and I'm on the West Coast. And she, 3 years before that day, had cold friend requested me on Facebook. Somehow I saw her picture and I was like, oh my gosh, I want her mom bod. Like I want her abs because she had just had a baby and her before picture looked like my before picture. And I immediately was like, if she could do it, I could do it. So I reached out to her. I was like, I want to sign up with this coach membership because I want the discount and I want to get things as cheap as possible. And I don't know why anyone would want to pay full price for anything. And I told her, but I don't have time to coach. I don't want to do that because I'm going back to work in a prison full time, 40 to 60 hours a week. And I have a brand new baby who's only 3 months old. I don't have time for anything else. And she's like, no problem. Just in case you have anyone who wants to join you, here's how to get someone signed up. If you wanted to, you might as well. And so I remember thinking about it. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. Like I could get it paid for. And I'm like, Mom, what's your social security number and your credit card number? You're going to do this with me. Mother-in-law, sister-in-law, like best friend. What's your social security number and your credit card? You're going to do this. This is going to be so fun. Like these workouts are only 22 minutes and I want to get back in shape and this would be fun to do together. And so honestly, before my stuff arrived in the mail, I had signed up 4 coaches. I'm like, why would you want to pay full price? I'm signing up as a coach. And so that was kind of when it started. And then I got a check. I don't remember. It was for like a couple $100 maybe. And then it really just took off from there. And I started understanding, wow, okay, this could be kind of cool. And I had my first call with her and she asked me just very simple questions. And I remember sitting here at my dining room table and she said, where do you want to be a year from now? If you could have anything in life, where do you want to be a year from now? Where do you want to be 5 years from now? And she said, dream big, sister. And I'm like, well, okay. I don't even know what that means. And I was sitting there with a piece of paper and I was totally stumped. And I have this amazing house. I just had a brand new baby. It was super healthy. At the time, I actually really loved my job, but I wasn't looking forward to going back. And, you know, life was good. So I never made a plan. I never thought about if I could have anything, what would I want? And it was in that moment, I remember talking to my husband and being like, this is hard. Like dreaming is difficult. That's so bizarre to me. And then I was like, okay, well, maybe like in 5 years, I'd like to make $100,000 or something with this coaching thing and then work from home and help people because I've always had a passion for that. And I remember being on the phone, she was like, you have no idea. I'm like, no, like that's huge for me. Like, I feel like that's so intangible. And then she shared with me where she's at. And now I'm here 3 years in. I just retired in June of last year from my nursing job. And I do this full time from home. Just for like, I love when my coach shared her numbers with me just because it helped me recognize what was possible. I just added up my last 3 years of earnings and we've brought in about $104,000 just through this opportunity, which was like, what? When I saw that. And I've matched at this point in my career of coaching, I've matched my RN income, my monthly RN income, which is crazy to me because I'm doing this from home. So why I'm here now is totally different, obviously, than why I started. But my favorite thing is mentoring new coaches to be successful and help them understand what their dreams are. So that brings me, if it will change the slide, to my next one. Why are you here? I know that some of you are coaches and some of you haven't become one yet, but you're interested. So I want to ask you these questions, and if you have some paper in front of you, even if you've been a coach for a while, I want you to revisit these questions. Why either do you want to become a coach, or why are you currently? What is it that motivates you? What is it that sets your soul on fire? And then the second question, where do you want to be a year from today? If you could have anything. This could be financially, this could be in your relationships, this could be in your freedom of time, your freedom of schedule, this could be paying off debt, your relationship with your kids. And then the last one is a big one, and I want to challenge you to kind of think about this for a while, or at least this evening. And if you're married, to talk with your significant other about where do we want to be 5 years from now? If we could have anything, if we dreamed as big as our brains will allow, what do we want to do with our lives? And I think that intention we're missing because our society is so fast and we're so busy, myself included. So I really love these questions because I feel like we learn a lot when we ask ourselves these things. I learn a lot about myself. We revisit these regularly. Never did I think I wanted to be a work from home mom. ever. I'm like, I never saw myself doing that. And now it's like the best thing ever. Kids change a lot of things when they're messy. It's really funny, like in this view of my house, like it doesn't look very messy because I pushed everything to the sides of the camera. So don't let it fool you. Like literally, I'm going to show you just for the lack of, transparency. This is my laundry pile. And all of my dirty dishes, you can't really see, but like, it's just, I have to be authentic. That's part of our team. So I love these questions. I want you to write them down and think about them. And if you want, shoot them to me, especially if I am your coach and I'm mentoring you. I want to know this because it helps me know how to best mentor you. Okay. Where did it go? So this banner is not. Okay, so this slide, just really briefly, is kind of why we're different. And I know, and I've had a lot of conversations with people that's like, well, the market's saturated. Everyone's selling something nowadays, and I don't want to be that annoying person. That is the number one thing that I hear people say, and it's the first thing that I said. I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to annoy my friends and family. I don't want to come across salesy. And unfortunately, that one reason is why the majority of people never do this, because they're so afraid of that, what people will think, and they'll come across wrong. And it really helped me to understand why we're different, because now when I see all these different companies selling all these different things, I don't even associate what I do in that same category, because in my brain, it doesn't correlate. Like, we're totally different. So I just wanted to share, just from my own mindset, why I see it that way. So I've been in this industry for a long time. If you don't know me and my background, I am a registered nurse and went to get my bachelor's in nursing. And then I continued my education to become a certified holistic health coach. And through my own health journey, I learned a lot about holistic medicine because I was so messed up myself and I couldn't really find an answer through different doctors and stuff. So I don't know everything at all, but I do know a lot in this field. And I am so impressed and so thankful for Beachbody's platform, that it has a very comprehensive approach to health and fitness. So most companies out there, Siri keeps thinking I'm talking to her. I don't understand why. Most companies are selling a product, right? Like, and I love a lot of them, like doTERRA. I love the oils. I have them all over. I think I even have a distributor account because to get the discount. I told you I'm cheap. Like, I love the Norwex product. I love the non-toxic cleaning, and I love I love that stuff. I love a lot of these different products that are out there, but my heart would never. This is not working. Sorry, guys. It wouldn't work for me well, those companies, because that's not where my heart's at. And I love that Beachbody uses intentional nutrition. We have 2 powerful nutrition programs that are backed by science that do not eliminate food groups. They're what is the word I'm thinking? Not adjustable. You can personalize it based on, because everyone is a little bit different, right? But we have 2 very, very powerful science-proven nutrition approaches. We have a plethora of fitness programs that actually work really good for everyone, from the pregnant postpartum mom to the Spartan men, like my husband. Like, he's been very humbled and has cursed at Autumn many times doing the 21-day fix, and is like, you and your stupid sports bra, like, this is so hard. So I love the fitness portion in that we could do it from anywhere. And then the supplementation, those of you who know me and are on my team know how passionate I am about Shakeology, and it took me years because I thought that I knew what it was, and I was wrong. I just completed a 34-page research project connecting clinical trials and science-based facts to the ingredients, and it really is blowing my mind. I used to spend $300 plus on all the different supplements individually for something that's I get for free now, but it's only cost me $100 a month. So I absolutely love that. There's science behind all of the different products, which to me is very important. And then the mindset piece. You can eat kale and do cardio all day long, but if you're messed up in your head, you're not ever going to be healthy. And so I love that we integrate mindset and confidence boosting teaching throughout our challenge groups that we do. Free coaching and support. So me, and I know Carmen's on here, we went through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. People pay, I think it's like $7,000. It might be different now. That's what it was when I went through. And it's a year long to become a certified health coach. And what attracts people to that is that you learn business. They give you business tools and outlines, and they teach you all the nutritional theories, which can be very confusing and overwhelming. What I love about what we have is we have business training. Literally, your coach and team and the company teaches you how to set up your own business, and you're not on your own. All of the guides, everything is already set up for you. Everybody does it a little bit different, and you can customize it based on how you want to run your team. But I love that we have that, and it's free. You get health training, especially if you're a part of our team, because that's just who I am. I'm kind of a health nut. Like for instance, this month I'm teaching a workshop on hormonal balance called Who Hijacked My Hormones, because I love, that's something that women especially really need to know. And so it's free for our team, and you as a coach will get to learn that. And then you'll have that tool in your tool belt to help your clients. And then you have team accountability through our challenge groups. We have annual trainings. This year's is in Indianapolis. It's called Beachbody Coach Summit. It is very powerful. Over the last years, we've brought in really powerhouse speakers such as Darren Hardy, Brendan Bouchard, Rachel Hollis will be there this year. Gary Vee's been there. I can't remember the other names, but it's a very fun and powerful business training. I don't know how else to explain it. It honestly changed. This is weird for me to say, but it really did change everything for me when I went, and every year that I've gone. And then we have annual trips. We just got back from our cruise, which was totally paid for, which was so crazy. Sarah went with her husband. I went with my husband. These are crazy things that I never knew even existed, like that it's paid for because I helped people. Like, it's really amazing. And then we have quarterly events. Our Super Saturday is coming up next weekend, not this Saturday, but the next one. It's so crazy. It's happening so fast. So there's just a lot of support that you get for free just for being a part of this organization, which is really awesome. And then the third component that I personally love, not everybody cares about, is evidence of success. So Beachbody is a $1.3 billion company, and you don't get that way if you're not getting people results consistently over time. They've existed for 20 years. And Shakeology alone's existed for 10 as of this year. And they have put millions of dollars into third-party clinical trials. So you'll see, for example, our 21-day Ultimate Reset Cleanse is actually published in the Journal of Chiropractic Medicine because they wanted them to do a completely unbiased trial to see how powerful it is. Same with Shakeology, same with a performance line. It's the official performance line of Ironman. And I just think it's really cool that what we're providing to people isn't just like, it's cool, you should try it. Like, I like it, you should try it. I'm selling it, you should buy it. It's like, no, for real, like, this is science-based stuff, which is amazing. So I met so many doctors and practitioners who are doing this too. Okay, sorry, I'll try to go faster. Okay, so Health Patriot Nation is the name of my team, I guess, that I started. I like to think that we're different, and I've told my coach that if I would have joined or found this through a huge chunk of the other teams or coaches that I met, I would not be here, and I would not last, and I would have gotten a completely different impression of what this was about. So it's important to me that you guys know what we're about. Our mission is to help as many people as possible live healthy and fulfilling lives, period. We will always lead with our hearts first. We will always lead with what will help people first, never with money first, ever. That is why we're successful. People who, if someone was to come to me and say, I really want to make a quick buck, I'm great at sales, how do I do this? I would say, I'm sorry, I'm not the coach for you, because I don't want that in our team. It doesn't ever work. Our mindset, we are very positive and uplifting team and very transparent. You will see on my YouTube channel that the majority of my videos, I am nursing a child. I don't pretend to have it all together. And like you can probably hear my kids screaming in the background. That's just real life. And I want everybody to know that you can do this no matter what your life looks like. This is for everybody if you really want this in your life. Our background, we have a background of a lot of different health coaches, nurses, and we seem to be attracting that vibe. You do not have to be that, but it's cool that we have those resources that are part of our team. And we are a 3-year-old team. We're very young, and which is pretty cool because this last year we actually ranked in the top 250 out of 400,000 coaches for being such a young team, and I love that. I love the meaning behind that because of where our heart's at. Our team of coaches is all amazing, and then our metrics of success is slightly different than even how the company measures it. I don't feel successful unless you are successful, if that makes sense. I could have, 15 new clients in a month, but if my coaches are struggling and not feeling successful themselves, then I want to adjust myself. So we're very much in this together, and it's important to me that everybody knows that. Okay, moving on. What do we do? Everybody's different. And I will tell you that if you're a part of our team or you're just starting, I have a whole training on what it is we do on a daily basis, because you need that structure, right? You need to be, in the beginning, you need to be told, what the heck do I post on Instagram? Do I have to post on Instagram? How do I invite somebody? How many people should I invite a day? So we have that all planned out for you. But the most important part is that you lead by example. We do not want to be hypocrites here. And if you're not leading by example, if you're not on your own journey, if you're not, working out semi-regularly and following a nutrition plan and drinking your Shakeology, then it's going to feel forced and it's going to feel fake. And you're going to feel like you're selling to people because it's not authentic. What do you do when you have like the most amazing massage of your life? You're like, oh my gosh, all my friends and family, you have to go to this masseuse because, it healed my sciatica and I'm changed forever. This is the same thing. So you have to feel it in your heart and you have to experience it and recognize why it's different if you are going to authentically be sharing it with other people. And that doesn't mean that you have to wait for your own transformation. If you recognize that something is different, then it just, again, comes authentically. I am so excited to try this. You guys should do it with me, even if you haven't tried one thing yet. Personal development is important in coaching. Working with people can be extremely draining. Not everybody is super nice and positive and easy. People can be very difficult, and it's very important as a coach, we take it very seriously to always continue to develop your own mindset and develop your own leadership skills. This piece of transformation is my most favorite to watch among the coaches that I work with, because, I can watch someone, I don't think Naomi's on our call, but she's like one of my favorite transformations. And Sarah too, like to go from having no confidence and very shy and not wanting to be noticed to now in this place in a very short amount of time where, they've said, I'm a better mom, I'm a better wife, I'm so confident, I have a purpose now. Like I am so passionate about helping people. I'm not afraid anymore. My girls no longer see me saying that I'm fat and ugly in the mirror. Like things like that is so powerful to me. I'm doing positive affirmation things with my daughter, every single morning, and I don't want her to struggle like I did. That's the kind of stuff that I'm like, yes, it's so amazing. That's what personal development does, and that's what it means. Okay, so we invite other people to join us. Again, it should come naturally, but that's super important. It's like if you were having a party and you're like, I'm not going to invite anybody. I just want them to see that I'm throwing a party, and I want them to make the decision on their own to come to my party. And they're like, I'm not inviting myself to your party. Like, that's weird. This is like, think of it that way. You're starting this journey. You're having this transformation. You have this life-changing opportunity to offer people. And you're like, hey, come join me. Come to my party. This is fun. And it really could change your life. If you're not happy, in 30 days, you get your money back. That's Beachbody's money back guarantee. Amazing, right? So we have to invite people to join us. We teach about coaching. Obviously, you'll get more and more confident with this as you learn. But I'm going to tell you right now, the sooner you do this, the more successful you'll be. I could try to kill myself and help 100 people, or I could find 10 people to train to help 10 people. That is our business model. That's how that works. It's almost like delegating work, and you will make more money that way. You'll have more freedom that way, and you'll actually make a bigger impact that way as well. That took me 2 years to figure out. And then part-time versus full-time. Obviously, when I started, I worked very part-time because I worked the first 2 years, I worked full-time in a prison. And I did this on the side, and I was still able to build this on the side. Now I do it full-time. People can do whatever they want that fits in their lifestyle. Okay. How we actually help people and earn money. I want you to realize something. The impact that you make equates to your income. If you're not helping anybody, you're not going to make any money. If you're helping a lot of people, you're going to make more money. And in the beginning, I felt guilty about that, and I don't know why. We all have to make an income. Why not do it in something that makes a difference in people's lives? And I know a lot of people that I attract, because we are servers and helpers and givers, we feel bad for this, but we still want to make money. So just get very comfortable and feel very okay with the fact that you're providing an insane amount of value for what you're getting paid, especially in the beginning. So your goal is to help a minimum of 3 new people each month to get started on their journey. That's a business goal, like minimum. You don't have to, it's not required, but that's just kind of like a baseline. But again, our mindset is to help as many people as possible. And we have tools to help you with this. Challenge packs, if you are part of our team already, most of you have got started, with the challenge pack. It is an insane value that you get with everything included. So you're getting the fitness, nutrition, and supplementation all included. And some of you include other stuff, which is awesome, but it's the biggest bang for your buck. That's how I recommend you get people started. And then you're going to eventually really want to focus on building a team of other coaches who want to do this with you. And that is how you build residual income, which is the second piece here. We earn money. There are 4 ways, but I'm just going to tell you about 2. In the beginning, like your first year, most of it comes from commission. So say you sell a $160 challenge pack, you get $50 because of that, off of that sale or that transaction. The $220 challenge packs, you get $75 from, which is a very high amount for what people are paying. And then over time, you're wanting to work smarter, not harder. So like my coach, I'm going to tell you a number that's going to blow your mind if you haven't heard it. She makes between $10,000 and $15,000 a week. 99% of that income is from residual income. It is not from a transaction. And that happens when you build a team and you help other people be successful. That's as basic as I can explain it. Again, there's more, you'll learn this more, but I just want you to understand our business model. And I just learned this actually when we went to Portland. Now I can't remember what month it was in. January, February, somewhere like that. And there are, especially network marketing, there are different business models, but also in traditional jobs where if you think of like a dollar bill and there's front end and back end income, front end is what you make up front for like a commission, a sale, the hours that you work. It's the exchange of hours for money. Back-end income is passive or residual income, money that doesn't include any kind of like an hourly wage or a transaction of a sale. Beachbody's business model is heavy on the residual or on the back-end income, which I personally love, because in the long run, we are going to make more money and work less. In the short term, there's probably other companies out there that will give you bigger bonuses, for example, or maybe a higher level amount of commission. But all those people are going to have to keep up that super high intensity amount of work in order in the next 10, 20 years to continue to make that amount of money. Does that make sense? The way that we're building it, we will work less as time goes on as we're building our team. So that blew my mind, and I'm like, this is genius. And then my coach's coach took like the last 2 years, at least 3 years off, and he makes $860,000 a year or something like that. It was just insane. It's absolutely insane. And his like maximum amount of new customers he's ever gotten in 1 month, I think, has been 5. So it just goes to show you like the potential in this is really amazing, and you don't need to have like 200 new clients all the time. So to me, it's a dream for a business owner, because as an entrepreneur who's tried having my own health coaching business, and like I come thankfully from a family of entrepreneurs, and that's our mindset. We love to be creative, but a lot of times you're starting from scratch. Whereas with this, your business investment to start your business is usually $200 or less, or maybe a little bit more, but that's it. There's no other overhead. Like a $15.95 monthly business fee, which is crazy for the amount of potential that this has. And it's all structured for you. You don't have to think about how to do this. You're getting all the training. And to me, this is entrepreneur meets corporate benefits, because we have the freedom to have our own schedule, run things how we want, but we get the corporate benefits of the quarterly bonuses, for example, or the luxury vacations every year, and all these different things that as an entrepreneur, you never, ever, ever get. So I love that part. I just wanted to highlight. We're almost done, you guys, I promise. I wanted to put this in here because this is such a fun business and fun job. And I don't want to lie to you and tell you that it's all sunshine and rainbows and super easy. It gets hard because we're working with people. And so I want you to ask yourself right now, if this is your 5-year goal, and if this avenue could potentially be an avenue to get you there, how are you going to respond when things get hard? Because they will. You're going to have to push through, like work through you're going to have to work through your own like self-limiting beliefs. Can I do this? Who am I to coach? Who am I to lead someone? Who am I to be a leader of leaders? I'm not even at my goal weight. I make $100 a month. Why would someone want to come to me to learn how to coach? Which is things I've heard from, I've thought myself and I've heard from all my coaches. And so I want you to know that the people who are very successful had these same exact struggles. If you can make a commitment to show up and just be engaged and be here a year from now, I promise you that it will pay off. Okay, last part. This dream big and start taking action. So what do you do now? Or what would a new coach do now? Understand that this is a do and then learn business. This is not something where you're like, okay, I need all the information, I need all the resources, and then I can go do it. It will not work that way. I promise. You have to first do and then learn. First, oh my God. Just take action. Just start taking action and let it be messy and have fun with it. You don't have to know all the answers. My goal for you would be for you to help your first 3 people in the first few days, because that's going to pay for your challenge pack. That's going to be anywhere from $150 to $325 or more dollars in your pocket your first week. Start small with your people around you. If you're married and you're really wanting to coach long-term, I highly recommend signing up your spouse first. And you can look up on YouTube why. There's a whole explanation. Start with your circle of people who trust you. Your mom, that was my first two, my husband and my mom. You know, your sister, your best friend, people who trust you already. Lead with enthusiasm. People are attracted to your excitement and enthusiasm about something. Stay focused on those goals you set at the beginning of this. You understand you will never know everything, and that's okay. That's why you have me, and that's why you have your team. Make sure that you're teachable. Ask questions. Be consistent. Be consistent. Whether if you're using social media as a platform, which not everybody wants to, which is fine, be consistent in that. Show up every day. Be resourceful when you have questions, and just remember to have fun, because people are totally going to be attracted to that, because not a lot of people have fun in life anymore, which is crazy and sad to me. Okay. Now that that's over, let me stop sharing my screen, and I would love to open it up, and I don't know if everyone can unmute their lines. I'm going to start with this. Does anyone have any questions off the bat about anything coaching related?
Sorry, you can unmute by just clicking on your microphone and it says unmute.
Thanks, Mom. That's my mom. Isn't she cute? Do you have a question, Mom, at all?
No, you just said, I don't know if you guys can unmute you.
Oh, gosh.
So I didn't know if that's what you wanted us to do.
Thank you.
Do you want me to mute myself again?
No, that's fine.
Okay. No questions.
Okay. There's also a chat box if you have any. While you guys are thinking about that, I would love for Sarah, I'd love for you to just share just real quickly your snapshot of your testimony, because we've been coaching together now for 2 years, right? Would you mind sharing with everybody kind of like when you started, like what your thoughts were and what it's kind of done for you in your life?
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. So it's been kind of a like baby steps journey for me. When I first started, I was really looking for a healthy lifestyle solution. I had a lot of health problems. I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of stuff going on in my life. And I knew that I needed to change my nutrition. I knew I needed to start working out. And I knew that I had never been successful in doing that consistently before with anything else. And so I decided to jump in as a coach. And I was really looking for that extra accountability. I had very low levels of belief in myself, but I at least was able to take that leap and get started. And Jessica kind of provided that extra little bit of belief to get me through my first round of 21-day fix. And after that, I felt so incredibly different. The first thing it gave me was tons more energy than I had had in years. And then my health, just started to improve. The weight started coming off. And as I started to feel more confident, I finished that first round. I was kind of blown away by my results, even though they weren't fantastic by like probably most other, like you see amazing results from 21-day fix out there. But I was shocked that I had finished it and had like before and after pictures. And so I started inviting people to do it too, because I was like, why wouldn't I, try and help other people have the same experience that I just had? And so I had a couple people join, family and friends. I signed up for, like Jessica said, the first people I signed up was my husband and my friend, and then eventually my sister and my mom, and just started trying to share based on the experience that I had. And as I started to just share with the few people around me, I started to also learn about the opportunity that we have, and I started to see options for me to get out of the really, really incredibly stressful job environment that I was in, where my husband and I were both working really long hours, and we always felt like we were running really, really fast and not getting anywhere. And we were just kind of, about 2 kids, and we felt like we were just kind of like sleeping in the same house at night. We never saw each other. And so I saw this opportunity to help me get out of that job and be able to work from home. And so I started working towards that, and it's been an amazing journey. It's been a lot of growth for me, Jessica knows that I'm still growing a lot. A lot of development in confidence and just everything. Like it's been really powerful. I would say this whole thing has completely changed my life in so many ways, and financially, yes, but that's not like the biggest piece for me. It's been a huge blessing in so many different like areas of life. Everything from like my marriage to my health to, just everything.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. I think one of the things I love too about your story is that, so Sarah started as a customer and then you stopped. Didn't you stop for like a chunk of months? Didn't you?
Yeah, so I started in like summer or something. I tried to do 21-day fit. No, 22-minute hardcore.
Oh, that's what it was.
I thought it was one of those things that I wouldn't show up for myself consistently. And I finally realized that about myself. And so that's why in January out of the blue, I think called or texted.
It was. I want to sign up as a coach. And I'm like, what? Sarah. So funny.
I knew I wouldn't show up for myself every day, but I knew that if I felt like other people were counting on me, I would show up for them because I was already killing myself for other people at work and everything. So
I love that.
It worked.
That's so cool. I just muted myself. I love these stories because it's so cool. Like people come into this because they're like, okay, well maybe I want to lose weight, right? That's usually what a lot of people, majority. Some people are like, I want to gain weight. Like Carmen's like total opposite. Like I just want to be able to get food in my body. But then it ends up being so much more, like how it impacts our marriages and how it impacts our confidence to be a parent and our patience and our energy levels. And I just love it so much. That's why I want to scream it from the mountaintops. Thank you for sharing. Carmen, I'm totally going to put you on the spot because I didn't ask you to do this. I'm unmuting you. But I would love for you, because you went through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. We both did. And we both health coached afterwards. And I don't even know what you're going to say, but I would love for you, you're like, I don't know what I'm going to say either. I'd love for you to just to kind of share, like, what's your perspective on health coaching by yourself and coming up with everything on your own, and then being able to have like our setup challenge groups and stuff and the team that you've kind of inherited.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I just a little bit of a background with Beachbody. I've done it twice also. So I signed up, and the first time was to lose weight. And I did 21-day fix, and it was awesome. I got some pretty sweet results and ones that I never planned to show anybody. I refused to like take appropriate photos and take measurements or anything, because I was like, I'm never going to share this anywhere. This is just for me. But over time, I ended up quitting, and just, financially, it just wasn't working. And because I wasn't coaching, and it kind of let it fall off. And then I went through some health things where I was like, I literally cannot get any food in my body right now. Like I was down to broth and bread. And I finally was like, I cannot do this anymore. So I reached out to Jess, and I was like, I need nutrition at this point. And I see I see like other people, and I kind of am watching, and I like totally believe that, the superfoods in this are really clean. And I started doing it again, and it like pretty much sustained me for a whole year of my life. And I was able to start eating again, and I gained weight. I started to feel better. And then of course that makes you feel better, and you can start working out and everything. And that all kind of fell into place. But I did go through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and it was great. Like I learned so much, and it kind of just opened my mind to like how many different ways there is to do this. And it kind of was like, okay, like this is great. Like there's not just one way to do everything. Like there's a lot of different options. And so I was like super excited, because they say like everything's set up for you. Like you get, and then they really did. Like I was like, I have technically everything I need. except for somebody to like do it with. Like, I'm like, I need people. Like and maybe that's just me. Like, I need a community. I need a family. I need people when I'm having that bad day to be like, you know, you can do this, or I'm really lost right now. I don't know where any of this information is. I'm like not techie at all. It is so bad. I am worse. Like, it's so bad. I'm like, I don't even know where the home button is on things, and I don't know. And I bet you it drives Jess crazy sometimes because I'm like in my computer, like I don't know where, you know, how to monitor my business or how to do any of these things. And so, I mean, that's super helpful having people to like kind of walk beside you in that, because although, I mean, they give you information through other places, it's still not the same as like being able to reach out and text somebody and be like, hey, I don't know how to do this right now. I really need some help. Like, how can you show me how to do this? Walk me through this. And I mean, Jessica's such an amazing coach, and now it's just like, it's so much more simple for me to do that with people that have reached out to me. I'm like, oh, I know how to do that now. And so, yeah, I couldn't have done that without a team, like, or I would have.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And the last piece of that too, for me, and I don't know if you struggled with this, but like I had a really hard time coming out of that, charging people per hour.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Meeting people like one-on-one.
I forgot about that.
So hard, right? And you, honestly, I could never support my family doing that.
Yeah.
And I know people do it. I like it. They get into corporate wellness, and I know they teach workshops, and then they charge for the workshops. But I think about how I work now and the amount of money that I make, and it would have been nearly impossible for me to do that just as a health coach on my own. So for that, I'm very thankful, because I feel like we could help so many more people with our platform that we have and the challenge groups that we run and stuff. So very cool. All right, you guys, any other questions before I let you go? Everybody's good? Okay, thanks so much for tuning in. I will upload this recording tonight to YouTube, and then I'll share it. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for all of you who are here, and I'm excited for all of our new coaches. Welcome to the team. This is going to be an amazing adventure for you, and I'm so thankful that you're linking arms with us together to change the world. I'm also super goofy, so if you haven't recognized that, consider yourself warned. All right, you guys, have a great night. Bye.